Hello my beautiful and amazing people, badass Dark Zone agents, Uncle Butcher in the building with another hunter build which absolutely dismantles every goddamn enemy in the game. You're gonna clap some juicy booty cheeks without breaking a sweat. This build is kinda actually fun as well in PvP because we have really good armor regen. I'm using 3 pieces from Guard. My main weapon here is Ouroboros exotic SMG, which can be replaced if you don't have it with St. Elmo's, maybe Dark Winter, not in PvP but in PvE. In PvP I would recommend you to use ACP-45 Vector or maybe Benchy SMG. From Assault Rifle class, if you don't have St. Elmo's, you can easily use Eagle here or maybe FAMAS. But don't get ahead of us. I want to explain every tiny detail in this build because we have plenty to cover here. But before that, definitely hit that like, smash that sub or leave a hateful comment. It really depends on your preference, but do at least something nice for Butcher at least once per month. Come on, I'm not asking much, especially when we are in this annoying waiting zone in the game where we have no content whatsoever. Yeah, right now we have a apparel event going on in the game, but come on, that's a apparel event. Let's be real here, that's not real content, at least for me. Maybe for you that's great, for me it's not the content and I could care less about some new shoes or jacket. It is what it is. I'm hungry, or I should say I'm desperate for new things to do in the game, and yeah, but if you need some help to get your wanted item but you don't have any time whatsoever in the game, I could recommend you Thieving.net. These guys have been working for many years. They have tons of customer reviews. You can check everything by yourself, but now with my promo code RBDIV you will receive 15% discount on absolutely all services on any game. If you have any questions, don't hesitate, drop your comment down below in comment section or contact the operator. But now let's get back to my hunter build, and this truly will make you a hunter. Why? Because we're gonna apply bleed effect on anyone which is nearby us. You can pretty much spray and pray and those poor souls will receive a lot of incoming damage. They will bleed out, they will be slowed down in PvP and PvE. Really good setup, but most importantly, to apply bleed effect in this build, we are using Ridgeways Pride exotic chest piece. And not only we gonna apply bleed effect with this chest piece, also we will gain some really good armor regen. With couple enemies you will heal yourself pretty much fully instantly, just look at my example. But you need to make sure that enemies are on the bleed effect, that's really important here. You could use maybe Stinger Hive to help you a lot to keep somebody on bleed when you are not around or not shooting. That's a really good option. I'm using Decoy because Decoy is distracting enemies as well, so it gives me some options on battlefield. I can switch covers, I can run around, and I can move from one enemy to another enemy. Second essential thing in this build is your specialization. I'm using Gunner specialization, which will give me minigun, medkit will give me bonus armor. I have foam grenade for crowd control purposes, really good against rogue agents, hunters, bosses, elites, yata. All that shenanigans will be stopped. Also on kill I will receive 10% armor back and increased rate of fire, which will make our Ouroboros exotic SMG absolutely a powerhouse. A beast, baby! And you want to be a beast in this game. In terms of my numbers, I have way too much crit chance. I have enough crit damage and decent headshot damage. If you are not good with headshot damage, you can convert some headshot damage into additional armor regen to boost your survivability. Because I have pretty much everywhere crit damage and crit chance and some unnecessary health attributes because my RNG is absolutely terrible. For a couple of years I can't get any decent items in this game, so RNG sucks balls for me. So yeah, those attributes are not needed. You can replace those for armor regen or additional headshot damage to boost your DPS even further. For second weapon, I'm using the Grudge SMG, named SMG version, Banshee. Pretty much when we will kill status affected enemies, we and our teammates will receive crit chance and the crit damage, and that works really well with Ridgeways Pride chest piece because we will apply bleed effect non-stop with each bullet. For pistol though, I'm using Orbit DZ exclusive pistol with perfect finisher talent, heal non-elite enemy, switch to your main weapon, boom baby, 40% crit damage boost, and since we have kept our crit chance, second buff is not needed whatsoever. For the mask, I'm using Chill Out, named Gilligard mask, which will give us 2 mod slots, and of course we will use crit damage mod there. So we have really good crit damage boost from this mask alone. For PV, maybe you could use protection from elite mods, but I think in this case better defense is better offense, so yeah, go with offense in this build. But like I said, crit chance is capped out in this build. I would rather have maybe crit damage and headshot damage combo or crit damage and armor regen combo. You have to look how much crit chance you have on your build and adjust your setup accordingly, so keep that in mind, guys. For chest piece, I'm using a Ridgeways Pride chest piece, which will give me bleed effect, which will proc, of course, wicked talent on my backpack and will work with vindictive, or I shall say with the Grudge named SMG really well. For the holster though, I'm using Sokolov's holster, which will give me SMG damage boost. As you see, I have crit chance and headshot damage. Instead of that crit chance, I would roll here crit damage and headshot damage. As my backpack, I'm rocking Gilligard backpack. 3-piece brand set bonus from Gilligard will give me armor, shit ton of health and additional 2% armor regen. That's extremely handy. As you see here on my backpack, I have headshot damage and health. Health is not really needed in this setup, so I would rather have again crit damage and headshot damage, or crit damage and armor regen on this backpack. But RNG, like I said, sucks cat's balls, so I couldn't get anything decent there. But main thing, what you want to rock on your backpack is Wicked. Wicked will be proc non-stop by shooting at enemies at close range easily. You can proc it, of course, with Jammer Pulse, with Stinger Hive, with Blinder, Shock Traps, things like that. For the gloves, I'm using Gilligard gloves with crit damage and crit chance. Really good gloves actually. For knee pads, I'm rocking Bellastone Armory knee pads, and Bellastone Armory gear piece will give me additional 1% armor regen. So this build is pretty sweet. For the skills, I'm using Decoy, which can be replaced with Stinger Hive. For PvP, I would recommend you to stick with Decoy and use Shield. Butcher drop the mic, stay safe, love you all, see you in the next one.